All right, Shalom. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana, where we teach so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians the truth about the Bible, that they're God's chosen people, the Israelites. Today is the Tuesday Brotherhood class. I'm Officer Barakia, and we're going to break it down flat. I'm going to teach you about why you don't need to bother yourself with voting. Not if you believe in the Bible, not if you believe in God, because you should have voted already. You should have voted 2,000 years ago when a man named Jesus Christ or Yahweh in the Hebrew died for you. Died so that you would have another chance at glory and redemption in the eyes of God, and so that you could one day rule over your enemies and not vote for one of your enemies to rule over you and hope that they treat you real nice. All right. So like it. If you're in, can you give me a 1 if y'all could hear me in the chat? We've been having some audio difficulties. It should be fine though. 7. All right, cool. So we're going to get right into it. Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, you're trying to figure out, most of you not trying to figure out, most of y'all have voted already. It's a voting day. You believe that Kamala Harris is going to save you from big, bad Donald Trump. And that's just not it, brothers and sisters, mostly sisters. I've seen a lot of those dumb I voted stickers, those dumb I voted pins. And I see just how little you understand the world that we all live in.
Right.
You got to realize something. If you're picking the lesser of two evils, then you know that you just picked evil, right? Your God in heaven, your King, Yahweh, he wouldn't have you pick evil, brothers and sisters. You know what you should do? You should do something very radical. You should do something never before thought of, never before advised to you by those Christian pastors you pay. And you should withdraw yourself from this system. You should hold back your votes, actually. The power of, that whole, people died, so we must vote, all that. No, you don't. It's in fact, you have more power not voting than voting. It shows that you will not tolerate the system that is going on around you. What did Kamala Harris do when a few more black men said, I'm not voting for Kamala Harris? She said, I'm going to do something specifically for black men just to garner your vote, because we weren't acclimating, or we weren't bending the knee to what she wanted, which is our vote for nothing. Just like Joe Biden did the last 4 years ago. If you don't vote for me, you're not black. And coonishly, every black person I know voted for his senile behind. But now that you failed that time, you can learn this time, and you don't have to vote. You shouldn't vote. It's a voting, in fact, for one of these oppressors, one of these white people, is a sin according to God. I'll get that for you here in a little bit. Instead, what you should do is you should vote for. Can you give me in the Bible where it says, you shouldn't have a heathen over you, or even the one where it says, you shouldn't. Blessed is the man who, isn't greater than his master or whatever. Either one.
You got that first one for you.
Do you think? Yeah, go ahead.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17 and verse 7, verse 15. Verse 15, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose, one from among thy brethren.
Nah, anybody can rule over us.
One from among thy brethren.
You know, they would say that's racist, but I would say that's love.
Right.
Because you like to see yourself in these high positions. You like to see, you would like to believe Kamala Harris is black.
Right.
You would like to believe Kamala Harris is one of us, and she's not. She just isn't, brothers and sisters. She is a white woman who lied about being black. Does that sound unfamiliar?
Right.
Have you ever heard of Rachel Dolezal? Rachel Dolezal went to a HBCU and worked for the NCAA, not NCAA, NAACP, the National Advancement of Colored People. That's what Rachel Dolezal, a white woman, decided to do with her life. Pretend to be black because it's a nice covering. Because being black is a blessing. Another thing that we don't quite believe. So something you should cherish. But you shouldn't read that again. You should have a leader over you that's one of your brethren.
Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy.
Nah, I'm gonna pick him. I'm going to vote for my leader, this leader that I have. No, the Bible doesn't say that. Read it again.
The Lord thy God shall choose.
The Lord God is going to choose your king. The Lord God is going to choose your leader.
Right.
If you're somebody who says they believe in the Bible, who says they believe in God, then you have no business voting. You should be waiting for your king. That's what you should be doing. And you should be figuring out how to do that the right way. Shouldn't be trying to vote for some nasty heathen to rule over you, man, and hope that they treat you nice. Damn that. We're no longer slave. Well, we're no longer the slaves we used to be. We don't have to acquiesce to our slave masters. That's what I see when y'all go in there voting. Y'all go in there and y'all are picking your slave master. This is a new slave. New slaves. Boy, that was weird as hell. The whole screen flash red. It's like we're being new slaves. All right. Instead of trying to pick your slave master and feel good about it, don't have a slave master. Just don't have one. Take no slave master. That's why I don't vote, because I don't want anybody to be my slave master. I'd rather be somebody's master. Can you go ahead?
That's like if I could. I'm sure brothers and sisters probably think that the Most High sent Kamala Harris just like they thought the Lord sent Obama. It's always convenient that the Most High always chooses the thing that we want, which, like you said, is the slave master. It's like
right. Yeah, get out of here. You know what I mean? We're picking something that looks nice, but it ain't nice at all. Obama ain't do a damn thing for black women or black men. Kamala Harris isn't going to do anything for us either. You might believe that abortion and this is the threat of losing democracy. No, this would be democracy. If Donald Trump wins by popular vote, that's democracy. that's actually the people picking their leader. Of course, the white ones. Why are Democrats, or why do Democrats try to lie to you to tell you that that wouldn't be democratic? That is another way that they try to trick you and seduce you into performing something that is against you, something that's not for you, man. Yeah, we're gonna tighten this up. Brothers and sisters, voting is quite honestly the dumbest thing black people could do. I went out and I asked brothers and sisters, do you think it's better to vote or if we fix our community ourselves? And overwhelmingly, everybody said it'd be better for us to fix our community ourselves. Well, what the hell are we out here telling everybody to vote for?
Right.
What are we doing that for? Well, you got to ask yourself that at home. Do you think it is better for us to continue to vote and hope that things get better? Or should we go out and fix our community ourselves? That's what we did after they burned down Rosewood and burned down Black Wall Street and drowned those black cities and black towns and destroyed Seneca Village. We had to rebuild.
Right.
That's what we did. And we're going to keep rebuilding until we get it right. Not pray that our slave master is kinder. That is foolish.
Right.
That is in all intents and purposes ridiculous. All right. Now that's ridiculous. Now Now it doesn't seem so ridiculous. I hope to vote for a man for that was here 2,000 years ago. It'd be more ridiculous to me to vote for one of those evil racists on the docket. You know what I mean? Is there any more on that? If you
Just
got
a little bit.
go ahead.
One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother.
You may not set a stranger over you. You may not. Another thing you women don't believe in is that a woman can't rule a woman. If you're a Christian, you shouldn't be voting for Kamala Harris either. First off, that's like 2 strikes. She's white and a woman. Jesus Christ. You know, some of the cruelest people back when we were in chains, of course, were the slave masters' wives, the women. They would I've read 2 graphic. What is going on with you? I've read 2 graphic stories. One where a woman was annoyed at a 8-month-old baby's crying. She personally took the baby out and whipped the baby to death. I don't know how you whip a child. And not only you whip the little baby to death. It's ridiculous. Now you want to vote for Kamala Harris, literally the descendant of a slave master, a white woman.
Right.
You know, you want her to be nice to you. You want her to be the one that saves you. You're a fool. He's another story of a white woman who hurt and destroyed my brothers. She some little girl, and they do this to black women, of course, because they feel intimidated by these black girls because they're beautiful and all that. But when back in slavery, when we were in chains, she took to punish some little girl. She stuck her head behind the leg of a rocking chair and rocked and crushed her head in. These are real stories that really happened. And this wasn't as long ago as you might believe.
Right.
This was what, 150 years ago? Less. How you want to know what 150 years is? A person and a half. There are people alive today that were slaves.
Right.
How foolish of us to believe that this system is now different because you have the ability to pick your slave master. It baffles me. You can read that again.
In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17 and verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother.
You shall not set a stranger above you that is not your brother, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, you have no business voting at all. You need to really get a grip. I love to say that. Get a grip. You know what that means? Get a hold of reality. You are delusional. You're in la la land. We need to get a grip. What the hell is a vote gonna do for your black ass? That's why we don't vote in the UPK. We go out and we put our hands to the plow ourselves. We fix black women literally. We talk to black people. We feed and clothe each other. We don't ask for no hand. We don't ask for the white man to do it. Oh, he needs a picture of the podium as well, too, if you could. We don't ask. You'd be ridiculous. I go out and vote. I hear shucking, jiving, and coonery, charcoonery, brother. It's enough of that. It is the end. It's the end. I think he means like the table, or maybe he does mean that. But this is the end. We need to really get a grip and bunker down for what is really about to happen. There are a lot of people right now who are afraid for Donald Trump to take office, afraid that we're going to be in a civil war. Well, nigga, you should have been getting prepared. Right. You should have been looking for your army if you're about to go to war, not praying and hoping the vote will keep it at bay. World War III is coming, and you think a vote's gonna affect that? You're ridiculous, man. We're ridiculous, man. We're ridiculous. That's not going to save you. Right. You know what's going to save you? brotherhood.
Right.
A band of brothers, black men, them YNs on the block. You stop getting, if you can talk to them and convince them to not kill each other and fight for each other, brother, that's gonna keep you out of out of harm's way. That's how you'll sleep easy at night.
Right.
Not all this dumb voting. The voting for somebody who's gonna further destroy your community. Voting for an obvious boy. You want to know what? I love to say this. I hate both politicians. I hate both candidates, but I hate Kamala more. I hate Kamala more because she is a dirty, wicked liar. Now Donald Trump a liar too, a liar and a racist. I don't like Donald Trump. I got to tell you that. But Kamala Harris locked up black women for truancy. You know what that means? You didn't go to school for a month or two. They hunted women down and locked them up. My mother used to, I remember the first time I heard about truancy. My mom was like, yeah, no, you got to go to school because they not coming to get me. I said, that's illegal? She's like, yeah, that's illegal. They'll lock you up for truancy. I said, that's ridiculous. Because I don't go to school. I don't know that's what Kamala Harris did. She signed, you know that she assigns her prosecution. She signs every case that comes across her desk, right? She sees it personally.
Right.
She authorizes the prosecution of those cases. In some cases, there's like it's just like we're not prosecuting that. Get this off my desk. We have bigger things to fry.
Right.
And that's why the police in Austin, they don't lock you up for smoking weed, which is both a state and federal crime. But you know what the police department says? They say, we're not doing that. We're just not going to enforce that crime. We're not going to prosecute anybody who does that because we don't see that as an issue. Kamala Harris saw that you not going to jail. If you're black, that's an issue, and you're gonna lock your mother up. Locked up mothers. There was a girl in California. She was sick, so she didn't go to school for 2 months with a virus. While her daughter is in the hospital fighting for her life, Kamala Harris used the police as a band of goons to come lock her mother up while she was still in the hospital, and then lied about it later. Tried to I cook collard greens. Don't look at all. I love black people. You're a lying, nasty white woman, Kamala Harris. And black people giving her a pass, you're making me sick. Shannon Sharp, you're gay. All right. Now you might think that is a stray. No, that's going right where I'm aiming it. Shannon Sharp, you're not gay to me because of the sassiness, the way you look, the way you talk or walk. You're gay because you ingratiated yourself underneath Kamala Harris. You basically fellatiated her during that interview. Did another coon fest like Steve Harvey gave her. No, I ain't gonna ask no hardball questions. None of that. Shannon Sharp, you make me sick. That's gay. All right. Brother, you're gonna have to stiffen up. You're gonna have to actually care about your people and ask them some solid freaking questions.
Right.
I would have asked, so can you just pull out a picture of your black relatives so we can get this out of the way? Why do people keep saying that? Is that so hard to say?
Right.
Is that hard to do? Why is that so weird? Why is that question never addressed? Because she's lying. And y'all are so skin deep. Y'all only believe in the skin. If the skin ain't black, you're not black. That's ridiculous. I know. Are albinos black? Are they not black now? Albinos? Oh, I guess dark East Indians. Dark East Indians are black now. Got a little tan in you. Sis, say what's some slang? Whatever. Go to a sorority party now. Now she black. You're an idiot. Another, which reminds me of all them dumb invitations to the cookout y'all gave. Stop doing that. All right. Just because that white woman can do a little dance does not mean she is black, or she can be even stand next to me, share a plate of food with me. That's how hardcore black people are going to need to become if you want to survive this Civil War, these race wars, World War III, you're gonna need to get real selfish with your love, real selfish with it. You could drop that. You got that other precept about.
It's like what's the what was the paraphrase?
No, it was about blessed is the man who serves a man greater than him.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And that's why you should have voted for Jesus Christ. That's why you need to be waiting on him. That's why you need to. That's why that waiting on Christ to come back is more practical than voting for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump and hoping things get better. That's more practical. I seem ridiculous. I sound crazy. Yeah, you telling me to go vote and hope that Kamala Harris does something for black people is crazy. Oh, y'all in this damn abortion. Y'all love abortion so much. Why is that so important? You know, you can stop a pregnancy. First off, abortion isn't illegal, by the way. And the president can't make abortion illegal either. I mean, maybe he'll do some backroom deals or something to further restrict it, but it isn't illegal. Abortions are legal across the board. You can get an abortion in almost every state. I think every state. Let me look at the map. I believe you can get an abortion in every state in America. But you women are so lustful to murder your own child. So lustful to do it that now I gotta back this white woman who hates me as a black man. You desire to destroy the life in your body so much. The control of, if it's my body, it's my choice. You need to be in control. You were in control when you slept with that man. You were in control when you didn't use a contraceptive. You were in control when you didn't get a plan B. You know what those women who lust for abortion, and that's why they voting for Kamala Harris shows me. It shows me that you're a lazy hoe. You're a lazy hoe. You know what you want to do? You want to go fly to Miami or Jamaica, get your back blown out, and then not think about it. And if you get a bump later, you want to go get a surgery to fix it. You're a nasty, lazy hoe. That's what you are. How about you just have some responsibility, some civility, and just take a plan B. Just put that in your purse right there. I just solved the abortion dilemma right there. Put an industrial size plan B in your purse when you go to Miami next time. Put a bunch of plan B in your purse when you go to Jamaica, and now you don't got to worry about abortions. Now I don't have to worry about voting for a white woman that's cosplaying black. What the hell is going on with this? Is it? That's probably these wires. But we got a lot of new things coming. Don't worry. A lot of things improving here in the school. And you know what? I didn't vote for all this new. You know what? I worked for all this. I knew this is why we teach. This is why we go out and teach, man. Because the things that are obvious and plain are now mysterious to black people. I'm here to fix all that. Under commanding General Yana, under Yahushai, the ISUPK is here to fix all that, man. You need to get with your people. You know what? Get what you get. It's time to love black people again. This is the brotherhood class. Brotherhood, loosely translates to love, loving your brother. You need to, or roughly, not loosely. You need to love your brother. That's what you need to do. You need to stop hating your children. Stop hating your children so much that now you're gonna hate black men if they don't vote for a white woman, and a nasty white man too. That Tim Walz, nasty individuals. We want to give when a brother from across the border gets locked up, they want to change his gender. Brother, who dreams of such nastiness? Why would we do that? Why is that the first thing on your you think he fled poverty and fled the threat of death on his life to get his genitalia mutilated? This country is sick. It's absolutely backwards. You got that?
No, I'm not in the fire.
Don't worry about it. Let's get Baruch 4:3. Black people on X talking about Jamaicans aren't really black, but over here voting for Kamala Harris. It's ridiculous.
Good night.
But saying Haitians, they're not really black. But if I don't vote for Kamala Harris, I hate black women. Ridiculous. Go ahead when you got it, priest.
Salakia, just if I may, I just got a question to that. So, what defines blackness? Because we're the same condition as Haitians and Jamaicans, but they not black. But Kamala Harris, she black as the day is long. So what defines blackness?
Brother, it's at this point it just seems to be people's emotions. It's based on how that person make you feel. Obama, y'all think Obama black. Obama is not black. Obama is a nasty. He's something I can't say. All right, but he ain't black. That's what he's not. And what we need to do is get a grip on reality, get a grip on who our brother is. That's why we got to illustrate it all the time. Blacks, Hispanics, and natives are God's chosen people. Right. That's your brother right there. And nobody, so-called Negroes, all these Caribbeans and Haitians and Trinidadians and Tobago and Brazilians and Guatemala. Give me some. What's that? Guatemalans. Thank you. Oh, Guatemalans. They're all your brothers, man. All of them. You can read that when you got it.
Now, the book of Ruth, chapter 4, verse 3. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable under thee to a strange nation.
See, brothers and sisters, you want to give your vote to these heathens. You want to give your vote, your love, your compassion, your energy to these hateful Caucasians. Brother, you shouldn't do that. Brother, you're wasting your time. You need to go give it to somebody who's not strange, somebody you're very familiar with, somebody on the block who grew up with you that you hate, somebody who you want to hate but you need to love, somebody who you know what they're afraid of? They're afraid of these YNs. They're afraid of these young brothers on the block with the ski mask on and wearing all black and all that. You don't need to be afraid of him. You know who I'm afraid of? Kamala Harris.
Right.
Yeah. You're giving the wrong energy to the wrong people. I'm afraid of Kamala Harris, Tim Walz. I'm afraid of what he'll try to do while I'm sleeping. I'm afraid he'll be in a room somewhere plotting on black people, trying to destroy us. Same with Donald Trump. They definitely plotting on Donald Trump's side. Boy, they got some stuff in store. And this Project 2024, whatever it is, brother, it's going up. And it is going to be it's going to be very interesting what's going to happen. Now, my prediction is Donald Trump will win. Even if he don't win, he's still going to win. You know what I mean? Right. It's kind of like you got to vote. The Electoral College got to do what they got to do. Otherwise, it'll be civil unrest. But yeah, the Donald Trump's going to win. He's already pulling ahead in the polls. Let me see if I can get some of that for you. See, that's a problem right there, boy. Wow. Yeah, just right about now, right? Now, of course, the internet, or not the internet, the news will try to make it say it's real close. It's anybody's race. They like to do that when they're losing too. Yeah. And that's all you're going to see on the internet. It's really anybody's race. Republicans are showing up and showing out. The Electoral College has already given him 101 votes. He only needs 270 to win. And he's just dominating as it is. Now, Kamala's going to catch up when it gets around to California. As the day ends, you'll see, the other votes get counted and put in, and then their electoral colleges will vote. But Donald Trump is all but all but assured in my mind to win. Now I could be wrong, but what are you gonna do if he does win? What are you gonna cry, fake like you're gonna move to Canada? You know, gay as hell in Canada, boy. I feel bad for my brothers in Canada. Barack Yala, boy, he got a heart. You can't even free speech. What's that in Canada? Don't say gay in Canada. Boy, do not misgender somebody. Your ass is going straight to jail. You gotta, before you even ask their name, you gotta ask their genders. And do you think I'm making that up? Do I gotta Google that? Do I gotta? Let me just go ahead and Google. This is where you want to move if Donald Trump Donald Trump loses. Can you? Instead of fleeing to another country, I think it's time for us to make our own. That's what we need to do. Make our own nation.
Right.
You think Canada all oh so good? Yeah. So this is just a piece of what. Well, this is where you want to go, right? This is where you want to move. BC father, British Columbian. Is that Canada? I believe that is Canada. No, whatever. But British Columbia father who broke ban on publication of his transgender son's identity has sentence reduced. You can't even say who who's not really a woman. You gotta hide that. You gotta help them hide it too. It's getting real. That's where you want to move. You want to get out there where the men have vaginas and the women have penises. Hey, sister, look, that's how you want to live. Go to Canada. Go up to Canada. See, I'm gonna stay down here in the ghetto with the YNs, and we're gonna make the kingdom of heaven in hell. That's what we're gonna do in the ISUPK, the Command Journey Honor, and not cry and complain and moan because you're my person lost. You voted for the wrong person. You voted for the wrong person. The moment you had emotions invested into this dumb political stunt, you chose wrong. You picked wrong. Now it's time to pick correct. It's time to pick Christ. Yeah, and that's not what is that? Is that ridiculous? I think it's more ridiculous to vote for somebody who wants to give immigrants sex change operations. I think it's more ridiculous to vote for orange man who's about to usher in a new age of black hatred, systematic black hatred, which Kamala is going to do as well, but his is going to be just a little bit more in your face. Kamala's doing it. Joe Biden has been doing it, but Donald Trump, he gonna do it too. He's gonna do it too. All right, but he might not even leave office. What I'm thinking, he might get up in there and rewrite some laws and stay. You know, the president didn't used to have a term limit or a run limit. He could just unwrite those hoes. Excuse my French. Just unwrite them laws. Go to being the king of America. They're just like that. Originally, they wanted George Washington to remain the president, and they wanted to call him king. Well, that's what's gonna befall this boy Trump right here. That's what's gonna happen to him. Again, that's my hypothesis. All right. Sheesh. But I'm gonna go ahead and let me get the next verse. Hold on, I'm waiting for my reader. All right, I'll just read Second Ezra 6 and 54. You take questions. Yeah, young man Jermaine, if you got any questions, go ahead, type it in the chat, and I'll answer that for you. This is Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. And after these Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. Of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. This is just showing how everybody came from Adam. And God's creation, when he made Adam, and Adam survived, Adam's lineage survived the flood, and basically now we're all populated from his loins, from his blood. We're all Adamites, we're all human. That's what a lot of y'all want to say. That's what y'all theology is. Y'all believe that we're all equal. You believe there should be no difference in us, but God made us different. That's something that we often ignore. If you believe in God, but you also say, we should all get along, all get with each other, XYZ, this and that. Well, that's not what God said. Let me read what God said. Y'all believe this election will either bring us together or divide us. This country is always gonna be divided and always will be. Eventually, it'll literally be divided. People will be divided in their physical forms. But let me read what this says. Verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. Verse 56. As for the other people, see, now God didn't make the world for everybody. The Most High made the world, the planet, for Israelites' sake. For Israelites' sake, man. That's why those Israelis over in the other country, faking and proposing themselves as us. That's why they feel as though they're able to just indiscriminately murder children and bomb hospitals and blow people's phones up in their pocket, because they think the world is for them. They believe the world, according to the word of God that everybody in the world believes, they believe that this is, God made this for them. They don't have to follow certain other rules that heathens have to do. Verse 56. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but as like unto spittle. See, that's what heathens are like. That's why you shouldn't be voting for Kamala or Donald Trump. They're both like spit in the eyes of God, man. They're both like nothing. So like you want to vote for Kamala Harris? You want to vote for a piece of spit? I can say that. I can say that, right? You want to vote for a piece of spit like Donald Trump? Brother, I wouldn't. What are you talking about? What do you? That's what I got to do? Or I don't love black women? That's what I got to do? Or I don't believe in democracy? Brother? There is no democracy, sister. There is no democracy. You think your vote gonna change or move anything? You're being ridiculous. You're tripping. All right. And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. That's what these people are. That's what Kamala Harris is. She's just like a little drop out of a bucket. Something not to regard, not a small matter, something you shouldn't be fixated on. That's what you are. You're fixated on this. You believe this is going to make or break your world, your reality, when you should look at this presidential race as inconsequential. This is something that is neither in your control, nor is it something that really matters for black people. It's something, if you know what, we'd be a lot better off if we ignored our oppressor. If we didn't have to suck at their breast for every nutrient and everything, why don't we build what they destroyed again.
Right.
Can we break down 1 Peter's 4:16 and 2 Peter's 1:20? Yeah, you can go ahead and get that. I got her. Now, even if you're a Christian and you believe God loves everybody, is that showing up on like the YouTube?
God.
Boy, Satan, boy. Is this a new wire?
God. Yeah, that's
Might go back to the old wire.
right now.
Nah. Well, yeah. That looks ridiculous. I'm gonna answer this question and we're gonna close out the class. Is it this? 5 and 6. I'll get it later. And you know what? Oh, it is USB. Yeah. Maybe it's got to be a USB 3 type thing. All right, whenever you're ready.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 16. Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify God on this behalf.
That's talking about the suffering that comes with following Christ. And you shouldn't be ashamed of it. You should be happy that your family is calling you weird because you don't want to eat pork and you don't want to celebrate Christmas and you don't want to affiliate with white people anymore or sleep with white women. You should be happy that you're suffering for the things that come with serving Christ.
Right.
Is that all on that?
God, that's verse 16.
Give me 2 Peter's 1:20 to 21. Yet if any man suffer not like, 1:16. Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed. Yeah, let him glorify. That's right.
If I may just add this.
Go ahead.
That's much like, brothers and sisters in the ISUPK, they call us they call us a hate group and a cult member. So we, even though they mean it to be derogatory, even though they can't prove or they can't show how we're a cult, how we're evil in any way, we wear it as a badge of honor that they call us a cult member, that they call us cult leaders. It's like
That's a fact. Yeah, we that is glorifying God on this behalf. You think I'm in a cult? No sweat. If this makes me be in a cult, I'm a cult. Not only am I a cult, I'm a cult leader.
Right.
I'm gonna be the most zealous cult leader you ever met. If following Christ is what that is you got the next one?
The book of 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation. 21. For the prophecy came not in the old time by the will of man, but holy men of God spake as they were moved by the Holy Spirit?
This means that these prophecies aren't something that's gonna be. They're not like what T.D. Jakes says, or the Church of Latter-day Saints says. They came knocking at my door. An Asian and a Chinese woman barely speak English. The not African and a Chinese woman who could barely speak English came to my door trying to prophesy and tell me about what Christ coming back is going to be like. And you want to know why they're doing that? Because they have a private interpretation of the prophecies, and they have included themselves in it, even though they have no business in it. Well, the business they have in it is not good business, at least. There's no business I want a part of. So your Christian leaders, this is for men like them who want to falsify the prophecies or sweeten them up. You got fake Israelites who believe, Christ is gonna come and save some white people, or Christ is gonna come and save some Africans, or something. What do they believe in? They believe in touching kids and all that. You got to watch out who you associate with out there. Like, they be doing little. I don't know how you be doing. I know some brothers who don't believe in none of that GMS stuff, but they still go out and camp and hang out with them. I'm like, brother, keep him away from these kids. What are you doing? This is why the molestation is so high, because y'all see the molester and he'll say it out of his mouth and you'll still want to drink a beer with the dude. Right. Y'all are so lonely out there. Quit being so lonely. It's so damn nasty. And having these privately believing in these little nasty things you believe in the Bible about molestation and rape. All right. Now, if that's all you got, young man, I'm going to go ahead and close out the class with that. We're going to fix these technical difficulties, and we'll be back on Wednesday. If you're voted, stop doing that. Stop doing that. That's ridiculous, brother. That's like dumb, actually. You need to, if you really care about black people, you need to fix black people yourself. Get in this ISUPK on the Command Junior Hunter. We'll show you how. Start paying your tithes. Pay your tithes if you're too weak to do anything else, and we'll handle it from there. All right. With that, that'll be the class.